Our stomach acid has a low pH, so we can break down foods and absorb the nutrients. So we have here, this is what I waste my money on, y'all. White bread. This is what most Americans eat. And then we have here whole grain bread. Okay, unfortunately, it's the thin slice, but we're going to work with it. So when you eat this and eat that, what do you think the difference would be in your body? Not all at once. How it digests it, yes. What do you think the difference would be? Might be slower. Okay. Anybody agree? Everybody agree with her? Okay. Well, this is my stomach acid that's already there, and typically if you eat a standard American diet, you have low stomach acid. What does that mean? That means when after you eat, you feel gassy or flatulent, you feel full too fast, your digestion doesn't work optimally. So if you eat 3 major meals a day, you should be eliminating 3 times per day. If you go in days without elimination, there's a problem. If you're only eliminating once a day, but you've had 2 or 3 meals a day, that stuff is fermenting in your gut. And that's why when you eliminate, it smells horrible. It shouldn't have a smell. It should just pass through. So that's partly low stomach acid amongst other things. So I'm going to pour this on the bread. Again, this is our stomach acid. Not make a mess. We're going to let that sit for 5 minutes. And we're going to see what the difference is and what that means in your body in terms of absorption, okay? Like I said, I know we need some visuals here. Wake y'all up, okay? So while that's sitting, we're going to do this other visual because this is something I'm very passionate about. I get asked a lot of questions like, well, Indy, what do you recommend? What brand this and brand that? I don't care about the brand. I'm not a brand girl. I'm not a label girl. I'm about the quality of ingredients, okay? I'm about, is it organic? And some people say, I'm not going to buy organic. It's too expensive. I'll just wash it off. It's not worth it. It is worth it. And let me tell you why, okay? First of all, organic is 20 cents more per pound than conventionally grown. But what makes it conventionally grown is because it is sprayed with a ton of crap, okay? It's sprayed with a ton of pesticides, herbicides, rodenticides, all those things. So just imagine the person that's out in the field spraying it is suited and booted with a face mask on, or the plane that's flying above, the person flying the plane is suited and booted, right? So I'm gonna come around in front. Hopefully this isn't. This is water in here. I actually sprayed this on my locks. But let's imagine that this is pesticide, okay? And I spray it, okay? Now, the difference between these flowers here is that unlike humans, if we want to eliminate, we have 4 ways of elimination. Who knows those 4 ways of elimination? Sweat through the skin, yes. Urination through the kidneys, yes. Huh? Bile through the liver, yes, for stool, yes. What's the last one? Okay. Okay, those are the 4 elimination channels, right? So when we are in this toxic world, we have 4 ways to get it out. What does a plant have when it's sprayed? What ways does it have to eliminate all this crap being sprayed on it? Because what happens to it, right? If you see here, this is clear water. You see here, I added some green food dye. Because it gets down to the soil, it's going to rain, it's going to get into the soil, right? And then everything that the plant gets, it comes up through the soil, up through the stem. And that's why this same flower, this came from the same bunch. My friend, where is she? Right here, last night, like what, 8 o'clock? She went to the store and got these flowers. I said, I need 2 white flowers. I put this in green last night. So when you go home and you buy your conventional, you think you can just spray it off or wash off. Can you wash off the green? Because it's in the plant. It's in the plant. Is there some topical stuff that you can get off? Yeah. But can you get the real stuff out? No. Because for the plant to eliminate it, it has to go back down through the root system, back into the soil. It doesn't sweat, it doesn't urinate, doesn't defecate, doesn't exhale. Okay? That's why it's so important. There's a group called the Environmental Working Group that comes out every year, and they put out the top, the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. And what that means is anything that's on a Dirty Dozen are the crops that are the most heavily sprayed. And you can look them up. Number one is always strawberries for like the past 6 years, blueberries, basically anything that's straight on, like any of your leafy greens. Things with a peel tend to be on the clean 15. So if you don't want to buy organic oranges and you want to buy conventional, okay. All right, just know it's still in the plant, but it's not as heavily sprayed as the things that you would directly eat, like the salad we're going to have today, okay? So it's super important that you buy organic and understand why. The plant cell and the animal cell, plant cell or human cells are different because in the plant cells, a thing called vacuole. And when they can't get out too quickly, because again, it has to go all the way back down through the stem, back into the ground, it can mess with the pH and kill the plant. So those chemicals are stored in this part called the vacuole in the plant. And so it can keep living. That's why it's in the plant. That's why you don't want to do that. Everybody understand? No, we got a little bit technical, right? But that's okay. So let's see what's happening over here. All right. Here is our white bread. And I'm not doing that extra. Could y'all see that? It just kind of disintegrated. Okay. What about our wheat bread? Put too much on here. So what does that mean in your body? You will stay fuller for longer because it has more fiber. You're absolutely right. This also means your blood sugar is not going to spike. This absorbs way too quickly. You're going to have a blood sugar spike. So if you're already pre-diabetic or diabetic, that's going to contribute to that. Whereas this is going to keep your blood sugar stable. It's not going to spike because it's going to release slowly. So that's really important that you eat whole grains. No white flour, no white rice, no white sugar, because all the nutrients literally have been stripped away and bleached. And then you're eating it. Okay? And then we become accustomed to what those things taste and feel like, and we think, oh, I can't eat brown rice. Oh, that's too much. Okay, our taste buds change every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks, you get new set of taste buds. So if you can just give yourself 2 to 3 weeks, you can acquire the taste for things that are good for your body. Okay, so that's just a little tip. Any questions on that? No questions? Y'all looking a little bewildered. Yeah, my mom was blown with the organic stuff personally. I was like, I just can't know it and just eat it. I can't do that. Okay.